Right now at noon, the mother in an Amber Alert case facing charges. The new details released about the incident. Plus, the alleged shooter of Charlie Kirk making his first court appearance today. What new details law enforcement are revealing in that investigation. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Spreiter. First at noon, a Janesville middle school teacher is charged for taking a picture of his wife without her consent. However, that investigation is also revealing sexually explicit comments made about children, including his students. According to an undercover agent involved in the sting, sixth grade teacher Adam Teal told them he had seen child porn and expressed his desire to exploit his nieces. Teal allegedly also sent the agent a picture of his naked wife, saying he took it without her knowing. He also shared a picture of a student in class. Teal teaches at Franklin Middle School. He is charged with one count of capturing an intimate representation without consent, which is a felony. Right now, the Sauk County Sheriff's Office is investigating a deadly crash at Devil's Lake State Park. On Sunday night, a Ford Mustang driving at a high speed failed to make a turn when leaving the park, crashing into a tree. The 24-year-old driver from Madison died at the scene, while two passengers are hospitalized with life-threatening injuries. Authorities have yet to release the identities of those involved. Continuing coverage now as Oregon police are asking for help in finding a missing 17-year-old girl believed to be with an older man. Cadence Lee was last seen Friday in Oregon. She's described as 5'2", last seen wearing black yoga pants and a long-sleeved gray shirt with headquarters logo on it. The man is described as being in his 30s or 40s with black hair, a mustache, and a sleeve tattoo on one arm. Police say he's driving a 2015 to 2017 dark green Chevy SUV. The most recent possible sighting was Sunday around 4:30 in the afternoon at the Goodwill on East Spring Drive in Madison. Anyone with information is asked to call the Oregon Police Department. Now to an update in Portage County. The biological mother of the 6-year-old girl who went missing is being criminally charged. Chelsea Lehman faces charges of aiding or harboring a felon and encouraging a violation of probation, extended supervision, or parole. Law enforcement say Lehman began living in Almond with Jordan Coyle, who's a registered sex offender. Coyle is prohibited from living with children. When police went to arrest him, he actively avoided arrest, with Lehman allegedly helping him. On September 11th, Ruby Lehman, Coyle's niece, went missing for 2 days. Coyle and his nephew were found hiding in a nearby woods on Saturday with Ruby. According to family members, Ruby left the home to search for Coyle and was not taken against her will. Charlie Kirk's alleged shooter makes a virtual appearance in court today, where formal charges will be filed. Carter Evans has the new developments in the investigation.
DNA evidence.
FBI Director Kash Patel said Monday DNA evidence found on a screwdriver at the scene of the shooting and on a towel wrapped around the alleged murder weapon had now been linked to the suspect. Patel added his agency is reviewing the alleged gunman's online activity and cell phone data.
He had a text message exchange, he the suspect, with another individual, in which he claimed that he had an opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and he was going to do it because of his hatred for what Charlie stood for.
Why didn't that person say something?
Our investigation is ongoing. That's a great question.
A Discord spokesman and two law enforcement sources told CBS News an account appearing to belong to the suspect claimed responsibility for the shooting in a group chat around 2 hours before his arrest last Thursday, writing in part, quote, "It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all this." The messages were first reported by the Washington Post. Discord has said it hasn't found any evidence that the suspect planned Kirk's assassination on the platform. While no motive has been identified, the FBI director said the suspect's family and friends told investigators he subscribed to a left-wing ideology.
We have to talk about this incredibly destructive movement of left-wing extremism that has grown up over the last few years, and I believe is part of the reason why Charlie was killed by an assassin's bullet.
Hosting his friend's podcast late Monday, Vice President J.D. Vance vowed to prevent what he called festering violence on the far left. And appearing as a guest, President Trump's Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller, argued Kirk's death was the result of an organized campaign of terrorist networks, though he offered no evidence to support that claim.
We are going to use every resource we have at the Department of Justice, Homeland Security, and throughout this government to identify, disrupt, dismantle, and destroy these networks and make America safe again for the American people.
For now, investigators say the suspected shooter is believed to have acted alone. We expect to learn more today in court. Carter Evans, CBS News, Provo, Utah.
Right now, the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson last December is in a Manhattan courtroom. Luigi Mangioni's lawyers argue the New York State case mirrors his federal case, raising concerns about double jeopardy. Mangioni now awaits a judge's decision on which case, state or federal, will move forward first. Well, temps are staying above average for now. First Warn meteorologist Jacob Montesano has the First Warn forecast, and it's hard to believe it's almost late September out there.
Yeah, not many days left of official summer, but it certainly still feels like it out there. Lower 80s across the board, a few upper 70s here and there, but certainly above normal. And taking a look outside, we are seeing plenty of sunshine right now, and that is going to be the case for the rest of the day. A little bit more cloud cover for areas to the west, but looking at the current radar, we are very dry right now. Might see a few isolated showers for those of you off to the west that will see a little bit more cloud cover, but for the most part, Madison and places to the south and east going to see very sunny skies, maybe some clouds overnight, but still remaining very dry. So for the rest of the day, more of the same, middle to lower 80s for the high temperatures. A few locations to the east may stay in the upper 70s, but still easily above normal no matter the location across the area. And looking at the overnight lows, a few clouds here and there, but otherwise staying fairly clear. And we're going to continue to see above normal temperatures compared to the average lows for this time of the year, with lows right around 60. And as we take a look at tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be another sunny and warm day. So really, it's just going to be almost identical to the last couple of days, but there is going to be some cooler temperatures in the future. Not too cool though, but I'll talk more in detail about that and show you our next chance of rain coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. New numbers show more children in Dane County are getting hurt on their way to and from school. The nonprofit Safe Communities reports last year alone, 3 children between 5 and 18 were injured walking and 2 were injured biking in school zones. Over the past 4 years, 27 kids walking and 19 kids biking have been hurt in response. 13 law enforcement agencies are now stepping up school zone enforcement this week, issuing citations to drivers who break the rules. It's part of Madison's Vision Zero initiative aimed at eliminating traffic crashes.
Distracted drivers and distracted pedestrians adds to, these crashes that involve injuries within the school zones. And then for the drivers in particular, the speed and not being distracted is very important. And we need the phones to be down and for their eyes to be up paying attention within those school zones.
You can help by putting out a slow down yard sign outside of your home or business. You can check with your local police departments to pick one up. Well, today the DeForest Village Board is holding their special election. This is after the board voted to certify a petition to recall trustee Bill Landgraf. Over 1,500 signed the petition to recall him. He will be on the ballot. Wisconsin Public Radio reports 2 others on the ballot, Stacy Peterson and Alicia Williams. Also happening today, the Madison City Council is set to vote on 3 proposals aimed at easing the city's housing crisis. The first proposal updates height limits for multifamily buildings. The second addresses the city's lot size requirements. Then the third expands rules to allow more homeowners to build backyard cottages. Well, the entertainment world lost a true icon. Legendary actor, director, and activist Robert Redford has died at his home in Utah at the age of 89. Jared Hill looks back at his extraordinary career.
With his golden boy looks, Robert Redford became one of Hollywood's biggest stars in the 60s and 70s, tackling the Western in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Watergate in the thriller All the President's Men, and romances including The Way We Were opposite Barbra Streisand.
There's always more where that came from.
He received his only Oscar nomination for acting in 1973's The Sting, playing a Depression-era con artist alongside Paul Newman. He did win an Oscar, not for acting, but for his directing debut, 1980's Ordinary People.
Just stop it, Clark. No, you tell her to stop it!
The drama about a family's struggle following their son's death also won Best Picture. He directed other notable films, including A River Runs Through It and Quiz Show. Most of Redford's projects dealt with topics close to his heart, including the environment.
Look at all the films and judge for yourself. I just had fun doing them.
Disillusioned with Hollywood, Redford moved to Utah, where he became a champion of independent film, establishing the Sundance Institute and Sundance Film Festival. It became a force in the industry, nurturing previously unknown filmmakers, including Quentin Tarantino and Paul Thomas Anderson.
Our job and our role is to create a space and a platform to bring new voices and new ways of seeing the world using independent film to this place. That's it.
In a statement, Redford's publicist said he died at his home at Sundance, the place he loved, surrounded by those he loved. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Redford was married twice and had 4 children. 2 are still surviving. Coming up next on News 3 Now noon, how Popeyes is teaming up with a popular YouTube series, plus why the Department of Transportation is ordering Delta Airlines and Aeromexico to wind down their agreement.
The U.S. Senate has confirmed economist and Trump advisor Stephen Myron to the Federal Reserve's Board of Governors, giving President Trump more influence at the central bank. The same day, a federal judge rejected the Trump administration's bid to remove Fed Governor Lisa Cook. The president has tried to oust Cook over allegations of mortgage fraud, which she denies. This all comes as the Fed kicks off its 2-day meeting today to decide its next move on interest rates. The Department of Transportation has ordered Delta Airlines and Aeromexico to wind down their 9-year cooperation agreement by January 1st. The department says the move is necessary because of ongoing anti-competitive effects. Delta expressed disappointment in the decision, warning it could harm American jobs. Delta also says it's considering next steps and that flights will continue to operate as normal for now. Delta is expected to keep its 20% stake in Aeromexico. And Popeyes has teamed up with the popular YouTube series Hot Ones. The collab brings some of the show's iconic hot sauces to add enough spice to suit each level of taste, from the mild, sizzling sriracha dippers to the hot Dare and Dab ghost wings. For those looking to kick it up a notch, there's the Last Dab, the hottest sauce in the Hot Ones universe. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Jesse Mitchell.
Here's the stock report at the noon hour. The Dow is down 102 points, NASDAQ is up 1, and the S&P 500 is down nearly 7 points. Our Call for Action volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Call for action at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. This week, our Call for Action team is holding a telethon dedicated to solving your problems. Our very own Michelle Renee Quinn will host this Thursday from 4 to 7. Our Call for Action volunteers will be in the building taking your consumer complaints live. Still to come at noon, we'll have today's farm numbers, plus Jacob is tracking the first warn forecast. And later on Live at 4, the latest on the investigation into the man arrested for shooting and killing Charlie Kirk as he makes his first appearance in court. Well, we're staying dry for now, but rain returns to the forecast soon. Here's first warn meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Hi, Jacob.
Hey, Josh, and with that dry weather, we'll continue to see those high temperatures in the 80s. That's going to be through Thursday with rain by the time we get to the weekend. And we'll also see some cooler temperatures, but for the most part, we actually are going to stay above normal, but we are going to drop back into the 70s for the weekend. And next week does appear to have a lot of 70s in the forecast. So let's start with all the chances of rainfall. For today, we'll see a little bit more cloud cover for areas to the west, small chance of rain, but not going to see much. There will be a better chance of rain for Wednesday Wednesday, but most of it will stay to the west of Wisconsin entirely. Also going to see some showers in northern Wisconsin. So the far northern and far western portions of our area could see some showers Wednesday, and that's going to be the case for Thursday as well. Maybe a little bit further south in general, but I do expect to at least remain mostly dry for Thursday. Now, once we get to Friday, we'll start to see some of that rain kind of push closer to Wisconsin. Still going to have the best chance of rain for areas to the west on Friday, but then when we get to the weekend, that rain is expected to move across our area, bringing in some showers and thunderstorms. The rain does look to be pretty broken up, so it's not expected to last too long, but it could be very on and off as we are going to continue to see the chance of rain into Sunday as well, with possibly more chances of rainfall for next week. But right now, it does look like the chance of rain will be there all weekend, but it's very unlikely we're going to see that rain completely nonstop. It's likely going to be very on and off throughout the weekend. Now, as we take a look at the amount of rain that's expected, although we could see a few thunderstorms, we're not expecting the rain to be terribly heavy, so total precipitation looks to be only about a ½ inch for Madison, a little bit more for areas to the west, as in general there are some more chances of rain for you folks. Now, coming back to the temperatures, lower 80s for the rest of today. And really for the next couple of days, we're still going to be in the lower 80s with overnight lows near 60. So these above normal temperatures, easily above normal temperatures, are going to continue. Again, looking at tomorrow's forecast, more sunshine, more highs in the lower 80s. And Thursday will feature 80s as well. But then we are going to see those temperatures fall. Again, still above normal. The normal high is 73, and we're going to be, even the coolest days will be seeing highs in the middle 70s. So it certainly is going to remain above normal, but not going to be quite as warm as it has been, or where it will continue to be for the rest of today and tomorrow. Now, before we show you the full 10-day forecast, although it doesn't feel like it, fall is right around the corner, and the fall color report is now active. Some patchy spots in northern Wisconsin, obviously a lot of Wisconsin right now seeing very little color change, although it definitely is noticeable if you look closely at some of the trees around the area. But patchy, and for some counties in northern Wisconsin, obviously this is going to change dramatically over the next month or so. But just thought I'd throw that out there, considering that is the first time that the fall color report has shown anything so far this year. Now, here's a full look at the 10-day forecast. Dry and warm for the next few days. Small chances of rain for Wednesday, Thursday. Better chance of rain for Friday, and especially Saturday. Saturday looks like the best chance of rain as those temperatures do cool down, but again, they're not going to be that cool. The overnight lows are still going to be around 60. The daytime high is pretty easily in the 70s. So it's not going to be the 80s, but it certainly won't be that chilly at all. So definitely a pretty good temperature forecast, all things considered. And we are getting to the point where we kind of do need the rainfall. So hard to complain too much about that. Unfortunately, it is going to occur over the weekend, though.
Yeah, I just got back from Florida. Your guys' temperatures the last few days weren't far off from what we had down south. So this is really unusual.
I'm sure you noticed a drop in the humidity up here, though.
Big time. Yeah, it was very humid down there. All right, Jacob, thank you. After the break, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you like mac and cheese and chili, then you're going to love how we combine them to create a taste sensation. A nation that loves when we combine two classic flavors into one. I mean, who doesn't love peanut butter and chocolate, or fried chicken and waffles? So today, let me show you a new favorite that combines our best mac and cheese with a shortcut beefy chili. We start by cooking some elbow macaroni according to the package directions. Once they're tender, we drain them. And while they sit for a sec, we melt some butter in the same pot. To that, we add some flour and dry mustard, along with a bit of salt and pepper. After this comes together, we stir in some milk and let it cook until it thickens up. Once it does, in goes lots of cheddar cheese. After it melts, we add our pasta, and into a casserole dish it goes. Some shortcut chili goes over that, along with more cheese and crispy fried onions. That'll give it the crispy, cheesy top we all love. After it's baked, it's time to call the troops to the table. Does this look amazing or what? And talk about the perfect combo. You get the creaminess of the mac and cheese and the beefiness from the chili. To get the recipe for our chili mac and cheese, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found two classics in one way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Here's Jacob with the final check.
Thanks, Josh. We're going to be warm and dry the next few days, but rain is expected towards the end of the week, cooling the temperatures down, but still keeping them at a fairly warm level, especially compared to normal. And those 70s will continue for much of next week.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Thanks for watching News 3 Now at noon. Coming up next is The Bold and the Beautiful. Our next newscast is live at 4, and you can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+. Make it a great day.